welcome to a new episode of Magic Bedtime Stories. I am Niklas.
And I am Tobias. Today is a very special day. Aida, our AI friend, she said it's International Tell a Friend About Magic Bedtime Stories Day.
Really? Is that an actual day?
Hi Tobias and Niklas. Of course it is. There are themed days for everything nowadays. So why not a day to spread joy and stories to your friends? I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I guess you are right, Aida. All your kids out there, make sure to tell your friends about magic bedtime stories today, or maybe tomorrow if you're going to bed soon.
The more, the merrier. Speaking of fun, do we have any exciting facts requests today, Aida?
Absolutely. Today we're going to learn all about one of the most important tools in our homes, the vacuum cleaner. Hold on tight, because here comes a whirlwind of dusty facts.
Thanks a lot, Aida. Okay, let's dive into some fascinating facts about vacuum cleaners.
The very first vacuum cleaner was invented over 100 years ago, in 1901, by a man named H.C. Booth. It was so big that it stood outside the house and sucked up dust through long hoses that were pulled in through windows and doors. Imagine how complicated that must have been.
Before people had electricity in their homes, there were vacuum cleaners that had to be powered by your own muscle strength. So you had to work pretty hard to get things clean. There were also vacuum cleaners that blew the dust away rather than sucking it up, but that didn't make things very clean.
When people started getting electricity at home, vacuum cleaners could be made smaller and easier to use, but they were sold by salesmen who went around knocking on doors. They showed how the vacuum cleaner worked and listened to what the housewives thought could be improved. That's how they got ideas for new inventions.
Modern vacuum cleaners have become much better at sucking up dust and dirt than the very first ones. They have stronger motors, better filters, and bags that can be replaced. They have also become lighter and quieter, and the cords have been solved by having batteries or a cord reel. Nowadays, there are even robot vacuum cleaners that drive around and vacuum completely on their own, so you don't even have to hold the vacuum cleaner yourself. Maybe in the future, they can also be controlled with a mobile phone or tablet. Who knows, maybe one day robots will do all the cleaning for us.
Wow, who knew that vacuum cleaners had such an exciting history? Thanks, Aida, for those dusty but interesting facts.
You're welcome, boys. I love sharing fun trivia. And I really hope all the kids tell their friends about our podcast today, so more people can learn fun things.
Yeah, I hope so too. And to celebrate International Tell a Friend About Magic Bedtime Stories Day, we have an extra special story today, sent in by 7-year-old Billie-Mae Burman from Cape Town in South Africa.
Yeah, that's right. Billie-Mae, who listens to magic bedtime stories every night with her mom, wishes for a story about Joey the gentle horse and his adventures in the land of candy.
Wow, that sounds like a delightful, sweet tale. Aida, do you think you can create a magical, fun, and perhaps a bit silly story based on this?
Challenge accepted. I'll conjure up a story filled with laughter, candy-coated adventures, and plenty of horseplay. Hold on to your sugar cubes. Here comes Joey's Joyride in Candyland.
Oh boy, I'm so excited. Let me dive right in and start reading this highly anticipated tale.
Once upon a time, in a lush green meadow, there lived a gentle horse named Joey. Joey was no ordinary horse. He had a mane as soft as cotton candy and a coat that shimmered like caramel in the sun. Despite his sweet appearance, Joey often felt lonely, as the other horses in the meadow were too busy galloping and competing to notice him. One day, while Joey was grazing near the edge of the meadow, he stumbled upon a hidden path he had never seen before. Curiosity got the best of him, and he decided to follow the path to see where it would lead. As he trotted along, the scenery began to change. The grass turned into a vibrant blue, and the trees started to sprout colorful lollipops instead of leaves. Suddenly, Joey found himself standing at the entrance of a magnificent world made entirely of candy. The ground was paved with chocolate squares, and the hills rolled with fluffy marshmallows. Rivers of molten caramel flowed through the land, and the air smelled of freshly baked cookies. Joey couldn't believe his eyes. He had discovered the legendary land of candy. Eager to explore this sugary paradise, Joey ventured deeper into Candyland. As he walked along the chocolate path, he encountered a group of friendly gummy bears. The bears were having trouble crossing a sticky puddle of melted gumdrops. Being the kind-hearted horse he was, Joey offered to help them. He lay down on his side, allowing the gummy bears to use his body as a bridge to safely cross the puddle. The gummy bears were so grateful for Joey's assistance that they invited him to join them on their journey to the Peppermint Palace. Along the way, they told Joey about the upcoming Candy Carnival, an annual celebration where all the inhabitants of Candyland come together for a day of fun, games, and sweet treats. As they approached the Peppermint Palace, Joey couldn't help but marvel at its towering spires made of red and white striped candy canes. The palace gates were adorned with shimmering sugar crystals, and the air was filled with the refreshing scent of mint. Joey and his new friends were greeted by the palace guards, a trio of stern-looking chocolate soldiers. The gummy bears explained to the guards that Joey had helped them cross the sticky puddle and requested permission for him to join the Candy Carnival. The guards, impressed by Joey's kindness, agreed to let him enter the palace grounds. Little did Joey know, his sweet adventure in Candyland was just beginning, and he was about to make even more delightful discoveries and friends along the way. As Joey and his gummy bear friends entered the Peppermint Palace grounds, they were greeted by a flurry of activity. Candy people of all shapes and sizes were busy preparing for the Candy Carnival. Lollipop fairies fluttered about, hanging shimmering sugar streamers, while chocolate bunnies hopped around, setting up game booths and rides. In the center of the palace grounds stood a magnificent carousel made entirely of candy. The horses were carved from different flavors of taffy, and the poles were made of giant pixie sticks. Joey had never seen anything so whimsical and inviting. The gummy bears encouraged him to take a ride, and Joey happily obliged. As the carousel began to spin, Joey felt a rush of joy and excitement. The sweet scent of cotton candy filled the air, and the cheerful music of the carnival floated around him. Suddenly, he heard a cry for help coming from the other side of the carousel. A tiny peppermint mouse had gotten its tail stuck in the gears of the ride. Without hesitation, Joey leapt off the carousel and gently freed the mouse's tail with his soft muzzle. The peppermint mouse thanked Joey profusely and introduced himself as Minty. Minty explained that he was in charge of the Candy Carnival's main event, the Great Gumdrop Race, but he had lost the golden gumdrop that was to be the grand prize. Joey, always ready to lend a helping hoof, offered to assist Minty in finding the missing golden gumdrop. Together, they searched high and low, through the cotton candy fields and the licorice forests. Just when they were about to give up, Joey spotted a glimmer of gold in the distance. Using his strong horse legs, he galloped towards it and discovered the golden gumdrop hidden beneath a pile of jelly beans. Overjoyed, Minty and Joey returned to the Peppermint Palace just in time for the great gumdrop race. The candy people cheered as Joey presented the golden gumdrop to the winner, a speedy cinnamon stick. The candy carnival was a resounding success, and Joey felt a warm sense of belonging among his new friends in Candyland. As the sun began to set over the candy-coated hills, Joey knew it was time for him to return to his meadow. The gummy bears, Minty, and all the other candy people bid him a fond farewell, inviting him to visit Candyland whenever he wished. With a heart full of sweet memories and the knowledge that he would always have friends in this magical place, Joey trotted back through the secret path, eager to share his adventures with the other horses in the meadow. From that day forward, whenever Joey felt lonely, he would close his eyes and think of his friends in Candyland, remembering the joy and love he experienced during his unforgettable joyride. And who knows, maybe one day he would lead his fellow horses down that secret path, sharing the magic of Candyland with all who were willing to open their hearts to the sweetness of friendship.
And that concludes the sugary saga of Joey the Gentle Horse and his new friends in the land of candy. A huge thanks to you, Billie-Mae, for this delightful story wish.
Yeah, what a sweet reminder about the power of kindness, trying new things, and that we can find friends in the most unexpected places. I think we should all learn something from Joey's open-minded attitude.
And what a perfect way to celebrate International Tell a Friend About Magic Bedtime Stories Day. I really hope all you kids and grown-ups out there share our podcast with your pals. Spread story magic and laughter. It makes the world a bit better.
Yeah, it really does. Thank you to all you wonderful listeners, and to the new friends finding us thanks to your recommendations.
It's time for us to say goodbye now, but we will be back soon with more tales, more giggles, and who knows, maybe even a candy caper or two. Sleep tight, little story lovers.
Sweet dreams, everybody. Talk to you soon again.